David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So there's a little girl down the road who my son is friends with, her brother and all that sort of shit. And this girl and my son hate each other. They're always just like fighting. And then a couple of weeks ago, a rumor arose that this little girl has a crush on my son. And my son, he's just oblivious. He just wants to watch soccer. But after work today, I get home, my wife went out and I'm sitting with my son. I'm like, so does this girl still have a crush on you or does she hate you again? And he's like, she hates me and she has a crush on me. And I'm like, welcome to females, son. Welcome to the fucking perplexing, undecipherable world of the female psyche. She hates me and she has a crush on me. That's perfect. That's pretty much every relationship I've ever been in. I still don't understand women. I don't even try anymore. I'm just like, all right, be fucking crazy. I don't know. And now I have a daughter, so I'm seeing a female grow, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's just all of them. Maybe they're just like that for some reason. Who knows what's going on in those fucking heads? I can still remember around about the time I started paying attention to girls. It was not much older than my son is now. I remember there was like a girl, Abby. I'm not going to say her fucking last name. But she had a crush on me in like I'm going to have to say grade 3. And I just did not give a fuck at all. On Valentine's Day one year, this is in like grade 3. 3 girls gave me a Valentine's. I remember all 3 of them. It was Abby, Michaela, and Leah. They all gave me a fucking Valentine's. And I was so revolted by the Valentines. I remember, I forget which one, but one of them gave me one of those little troll dolls, an orange-haired troll doll in a love heart box. And she literally gave it to me. I opened the box, I said, yuck, and I chucked the box away and kept the troll doll and just walked off like nothing. No emotion at all. I was just pretty happy to get the troll doll, to be honest with you. But girls meant nothing to me then. I remember there was a guy, Eden, this Bosnian dude. He was playing kiss chasey with girls. And we were like, why are you doing that? It's disgusting. And this dude was literally chasing them to kiss them. Like the girls were running for their life. It was very Pepe Le Pew rapey type kiss chasey with Eden. This is when he was in grade 3 as well. He knew girls like in grade 2, he was obsessed with girls. So anyway, there was this girl, Abby, and she was gorgeous in grade 3. Like even when you don't give a fuck about girls, you still know who the good looking people are. I remember I invited her to my birthday one year and her mum came up to me in the schoolyard and she asked me to my face, as like, I think it was in grade 2 or something. She's like, have you invited any other girls? And I'm like, yes. I hadn't. She's like, who? And I'm like, these 2 other girls I know, Monique and Tegan, who were like family friends. And she's like, okay. And then it rolls around to the party. She's the only girl. This girl's dad, by the way, Abby's dad used to play for Liverpool, like back in the 60s or some shit. Anyway, I remember grade 3, didn't give a fuck about girls. And this Abby girl went to Disneyland in like early December. So she left school. We go on summer holidays in Australia in December and it's usually like 2 or 3 months. So she left early and her mum was sending photos to school of them at Disneyland and they were handed around the class and I was like, ooh, Disneyland, that's pretty cool. And I don't know, maybe that triggered something, but I was like, ooh, Abby's looking pretty good in this photo. And then school holidays started and I went to New Zealand And on the flight in New Zealand, we went by ourselves, me and my brother. So we were unaccompanied minors just on an aeroplane by ourselves. And it just so happened there was a girl, and I still remember her name. Her name was Jade. She was an unaccompanied minor on the plane as well. And she sat next to me, and I talked to her for the whole fucking flight. And I was like, what's going on here? I think I like this girl. And I never saw her again in my entire life. That was it. Just 2 hours on the flight to New Zealand. I still remember what she looks like. And so things are starting to move along. I'm like, that was weird. And I just wanted to hang out with her. And I was like, oof, what's going on? And then we went to Ahipara in fucking far north New Zealand. And at the time, my auntie was living there. And Dad had this like little shack there, a batch. And we were spending the summer there. I think Dad was already there or some shit. I can't remember. But anyway, in Ahipara, this was the setup. It was my dad's batch, which he bought for like $30,000 back in the day. He sold it for like 45 or something. No, he sold it for a bit. I can't remember. But my dad's batch, then this old guy, Reg, he was an old fucking Kiwi dude. His house was next door. And then the house next to his was my auntie's house, the doctor. And I was sitting out on the balcony one day and I noticed that Reg had a young girl over there, my age, I think a year younger, his granddaughter, Nicole. And boy, did I fucking like Nicole. We spent like a month ago. We're just kids. We're like fucking grade 3 or 4 or some shit like that. But that's when it all started. I'm like, all right, it's happening. I like girls now. I'm really into girls. And so I spent like a summer of love with Nicole, just like hanging out. It was the best. And then she had to go. She lived in Sydney. She lived in Botany. I still remember all this shit so fucking clearly. I suppose it's the first time. So she had to go, and I remember her driving off. She had to go to the airport, and she was waving out the back window. I never saw her again either. Just that one summer. I went back to Ahipara a couple of times after that, and no sign of Nicole again. Anyway, this particular summer, after Nicole left, I was a little bit heartbroken, but I was like, all right, what I'm going to do is when I get back home, I'm going to start dating Abby. This is like grade 4. I'm going to take it serious with her. She gave me that Valentine's gift. She's got a crush on me. I'm in. I'm fully in. This is going to be great. Anyway, get back to Melbourne. Get back to school on first day. And I'd been planning it for weeks. I can't wait to see Abby at school. And I'm just going to start working her. And then first day back at school, find out Abby's changed schools. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. That was devastating news. That was fucking devastating news. That took a long time to recover from. If I ever did, I don't think I ever recovered from that fully. And then she ended up like in grade 4 or 5. I can't remember the exact grades, but she ended up dating a guy I was playing footy with. And I'm like, this guy, this is crazy. Anyway, she ended up going to my high school briefly. And she was an out and out 10 out of 10. Best looking girl in our high school by like miles. And one day, while drinking and smoking bongs, I may have been a little loose with the truth. The boys were talking some shit. I started talking some shit. And I said to them I'd hooked up with Abby before. And they did not believe me at all. Not even for a split second. I think they started laughing. But they were laughing because they're like, you're so fucked because we're going to go and ask her and we know what the answer is and you know what the answer is. And I was like, ask her. I was like, ask her. Like, I'd never hooked up with her. There would never been any, like, contact. But I was like, yeah, ask her, of course. Of course I did. It was psychotic. I think about it often. So these guys think they've got me absolutely fucking cornered, trapped. Go and ask Abby. They're like, Boyle said that he hooked up with you. And she goes, yeah, we did. It makes no fucking sense. None of it. None of it makes any sense. Fucking hell. So, son, you've got a lifetime of confusion ahead of you. A lifetime of fucking, you don't even know what the fuck's going on, half of it. She hates me and she has a crush on me. I get it. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and I'll see ya the fuck later.